Welcome to today's Slice of Advice. I'm going to share with you today some ideas on how to compete with the big boys on a limited budget. We work with a lot of practices who are just getting started out. Maybe you've bought that new laser and you're wondering, where do I start now with my marketing? How do I pay for this? How do I get new patients into my practice? And yet you're thinking, I don't have a ton of money I can spend. What do I do? Well, I'm going to share some ideas with you of how you can start. It's first important that you understand the difference between patient acquisition and patient retention. Patient acquisition costs you 5 to 8 times more than it does to just retain those patients and take great care of them. So you're going to want to use more of your marketing tools that are focused on retention at the beginning than acquisition as you get started if you're on that limited budget. Well, the first thing you need to start with, that needs to be your brand. It needs to be the first thing that people see is your website. A website costs a lot, but it also has a very, very high return on investment. And it's definitely one of those things that's both a retention tool as well as a patient acquisition tool. Now, after your website, there's a lot of things that can be done that cost you very little that should be implemented in your practice today that are very, very good at patient retention. They can also help with some new patient acquisition. One of those is email marketing. You need to make sure that you're getting emails from every single person that comes into your office and have a very simple strategy. Make it consistent. Every single month you want to be sending out an email newsletter, specials, new services you're offering your practice. Let them know that you bought this new laser. Let them know that you have this new injector. Let them know. If they don't know, they're going to go somewhere else because they're looking for it. They need to know that you offer this for them. Email marketing has a very, very high return on investment, low cost to implement, and is a great way to keep in touch with your current clients and maintain that top of mind awareness. Also, reminders. Appointment reminders are critical. And there's companies out there that do this, whether it's Solution Reach or Demand Force, or sometimes even within your own EMR software, easy ways to do this. Again, low cost, easy to implement, and a great patient retention tool. Another way of connecting with your current patients is through social media. Social media is one of the most effective ways to stay in touch with them, whether it's on Facebook, Google+, Instagram, or any of the new social media platforms that seem to be evolving week after week. Make sure that you're in touch with your patients. Invite them to like you on your Facebook fan page, and then figure out ways to connect with them. Social media costs you literally nothing. It's free to do other than your time, but it's also a great patient retention tool. Will you get new patients from it? Yes. Is that the main focus? Probably not. But again, realizing that is very, very helpful. Now, there's some additional things. Once you've mastered those, there's some other things you should be doing that have a very low cost of putting together, but a very, very high return on your investment. One of those is using a review system, review management, building up new reviews. One that we offer, which is a great service, is called Review Trackers. We recommend it to everybody. There's other ones out there like Bird Eye, Patient Approved, a number of others that are out there. Look at them, find what's right for you. But at Call Us Today, we can introduce you to one as well. What they do is they make it easy for you to build up new reviews online, but also be aware of any reviews that are happening. It costs you very, very little, high return on investment, and is used as both a patient retention and a patient acquisition tool. Now, once you've done some of these initial things, other things start to get a little bit more expensive, but they work. One of those I recommend once you've mastered these services is then doing your search engine optimization. Now, you may be doing all these at once, depending on your budget, but thinking about the priority is very, very important. Search engine optimization or digital marketing is an important part of this. You want to make sure that you have great content that's being published out to other places on a regular basis. Make it happen. Make it part of your practice. Advice Media offers this, and so yes, it's a shameless plug for Advice Media and what we do. Contact us today. We can let you know how we can put our search engine optimization to work for you. There's also patient portals that are out there, whether that's real patient ratings or something similar to that. You want to look at those. We have Implant Info, we have About Plastic Surgery, we have AboutDentist.com. These are very, very good, high-ranking websites that drive additional traffic to you. You want to be part of those. And we also offer other services we call our Power Up Local. Helps you get listed on 70 plus of the most important local directory sites that are out there today. Make sure that your local citations, referred to often as your KNAPP score, which stands for your name, address, and phone number. You have to make sure that it's consistent across the web. If not, it actually hurts your overall search rankings. And so this is a very easy way to improve that, but you need somebody to do it for you because you don't have time to do it and do it effectively. Once you've done some of these services, then you want to start looking at things that might be more expensive, that are definitely focused on patient acquisition. One of the most effective ways of doing that is paid search. sometimes referred to as Google AdWords or search engine marketing. You can also do it through Facebook ads. Regardless, it's a way of targeting people through these ads, and you're really trying to drive traffic in because you want new patient acquisition. It's highly sophisticated to do it and do it well. It costs a lot of money, but the return on investment is very, very high. But you need to have enough money to do it effectively. You also need to be set up in your office so that when the phone rings and the emails are coming in, you can respond to people effectively. That's the number one reason why paid search fails, is you're not set up in your office to answer those questions in a timely fashion, and people are going to go somewhere else if you don't get back to them. Now, once you've done that, what other things can you do? Well, you can start to look at other means of marketing that are outside of the traditional scope, and these are things that are going to improve your brand as well as drive new traffic to your website and improve patient acquisition. This includes things like television, print, radio advertising. Do those all work? Not as effectively today as they used to. But they still can be effective depending on the publication and depending on the subject. We had one of our clients who a couple of years ago had a brand new machine for doing hair replacement, hair transplant surgery. And he realized, hey, I can go target the sports talk radio in town, knowing that it skews 95% male. He didn't spend a ton on it. He did it for 3 months. And once he had sort of primed that pump through those radio ads, he had so much traffic coming in and the overall awareness grew that it worked well. So again, it can work in a short period. All these things work. It depends on how you implement them, and again, depends on your budget. So as I mentioned in the beginning, it's patient acquisition versus patient retention. Where's your focus today? If you have all the money in the world, or your budget's really set at the proper level, which should be, you're starting at about 30%, and later on can actually scale back to about 20%. But looking at your overall budget, where are you today? Are you focused just on one versus the other, or do you have enough budget to really bring both of them in? But if you don't, focus on that patient retention. You spend a lot of money getting those first patients, take care of them. The word of mouth referrals that come from them is going to be huge, but they're also going to come back to you. The lifetime value of an aesthetic patient is valued between $80,000 to $150,000. That's huge. Take care of them, make sure that patient retention is at the top of mind for everybody in your practice, that they treat everybody as though it was their own brother, sister, mother, father. If they do that, you're going to win this game. That's been our slice of advice for today. Thank you very much.